morning. Let's get started. Good morning and welcome. I know it's been a long summer, but the summer has gone so quickly, so fast. You can hear? Yes, sir. You can hear. Let me try again. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. There we go. Thank you. The summer has gone so quickly, so fast, and some of us are wondering what happened. Well, it's still around. We have a couple of days, and we're going to make sure that we make the most of it. But it's exciting to see everyone back. We're going to do three things here today, and we'll go and continue our work for the day. First is to welcome you and introduce the new faculty and staff who have joined us for this academic year. We'll also celebrate the accomplishments of faculty and staff. And then we would talk about HLC, what's coming in February of next year. It's around the corner. But we've done the bulk of the work, and now it's a discussion of faculty role in the HLC visit, which is coming in the first week of February 2020. So let's welcome the new faculty who have joined us, and then we also introduce the staff who have joined us. And as you know, ICC has a set of values, and one of them is that when it comes to recruiting faculty and staff, we are pretty tough in terms of the standards that we have established. And so we want to thank all the search committee members who participated in selecting the new faculty who have joined us. This year, we have 5 tenure-track faculty and 10 temporary full-time faculty due to the fact that some of the retirements and resignations came in at the last minute, and therefore we had to hire faculty to cover the classes that they've left behind. And so in the coming year, we're going to do a lot of searches. Searches for 3 deans, searches for the full-time faculty who have left us, either retired or resigned for some reason, to make sure that we have the workforce, the faculty to cover the classes for next academic year. So the temporary full-time faculty, most of them are going to stay with us for 1 full year. I am holding something that is very unique, and so bear with me as I use this. There's one that I really want. I didn't get that one. So bear with me. I know it's going to misbehave. I always put this in front of us just to remind us of what our mission is about. Our mission is about helping students to be successful, or you can call it student success. So this one reminds me all the time. And in my office, I have some objects that keep reminding me always. The first one is a lighthouse. That we as an institution, we are a lighthouse. Directing people, showing people that we are a lighthouse on the hill, and that they should come to us and we will guide them into a better future. Another thing that I keep in my office is a bridge. That we are a bridge, inviting the community to cross over from wherever they are to the other side. And that's why we talk about changing lives. And a lot of people are looking for opportunities to change their lives, and therefore we serve as a bridge for them to cross over to the other side where there are opportunities. And then I also have someone who is thinking. And our responsibilities as faculty is to challenge our students to think in newer ways, different ways, about old knowledge, new knowledge, and in the process, pass on some critical skills that they need. They gain some knowledge and skills. So we make them think about knowledge, how it was used in the past, how it could be used today, and how we can use the knowledge to change our lives as well as to change society. So these three things remind me. I don't know what you have in your office to remind you about the main responsibility that we have in helping students to transform their lives. So let's get on with the new faculty who have joined us. I'm going to call on Dr. Stefan Bartolotti, who is a temporary full-time faculty in English. Where is Dr. Bartolotti? Is he here today? Okay. It's going to be a challenge. Jennifer Grotte, engineering. Jennifer, welcome. Please keep standing when you hear your name. Jennifer is an engineering faculty in math science and engineering department. Lisa Heck. Lisa? Where's Lisa Heck? Okay, she's going to be the temporary full-time faculty in nursing. All right, nursing, okay. Kyle Kiefer. Kyle. He's at work. He's going to be a temporary full-time faculty, manufacturing engineering technology. I hope he's aware that he's showing up on Monday. Okay, all right, very good. Mike Herrera, temporary full-time faculty and coordinator, EMS paramedics. Welcome, thank you. Sarah Ndemp, tenure track faculty nursing. Sarah, she's not here? Okay, Sarah, okay. Tanya Lempesis, temporary full-time faculty biology. Biology, have careers. Okay, Tanya. Joseph Median, tenure track faculty biology. Is Joe here? Okay. Let's give it up for Joe. Oh, the dean is also Joe, so, all right. Raul Nasser, tenure track faculty economics. Raul, thank you. Jonathan Parker, temporary full-time faculty political science. Jonathan. All right, let's give it up for Jonathan. I'm going to talk to the deans why their faculty are not here. Jana Rego-Haynes, temporary full-time faculty and coordinator, massage therapy. Welcome. Thank you. John Ranser, tenure track faculty welding. John. Okay, welcome. John Spuler, temporary full-time faculty electronics, electrical engineering technology. Welcome, welcome. Great, great. Sheena Wetherington, tenure track faculty respiratory therapy. Okay, very good. Janine Williams, temporary full-time faculty English. Janine. Janine here? Okay, let's give it up for Janine. So we have 15 new full-time faculty. 5 of them are tenure track, and 10 of them are temporary full-time. New staff: Dr. Bruce Busby, Interim Dean, Humanities Department. Dr. Busby. Michelle Weghorst, Interim Dean, Business Legal Information Systems. All right, Michelle. Steve Flynn, Interim Dean, AIT. All right, Steve. This individual is not new to ICC, but she has a new role now, a different role. She's going to support us with curriculum, scheduling, and assessment. So let's meet our new curriculum, scheduling, and assessment officer, Stacy Garrick. Stacy is not here. Okay. Maybe she's working on your schedule for next year. Dr. Lee Grebner, who is Assistant to the Dean, Health Careers Department. Tia Van Hester is the International Education Director. Tia? Okay, Tia is not here, but Tia is going to be responsible for the international students we have at ICC, and she's also going to support us in terms of globalizing the curriculum and the campus. We also have someone who is not new to ICC, but she has a different role. Erin Bradshaw is the administrative assistant to the vice president for academic affairs. So that's my administrative assistant. All right, Erin, thank you. I'm looking for someone, and when the person comes, I think I'll move to this. I just want to express appreciation to all of you for the support that you give our students. We know for sure that in addition to what happens in the classroom, our support for students in engaging in a lot of activities also contributes to their success. And so, without being biased, I've decided to look at the contributions of some faculty to student engagement in the following organizations. When you look at Skills USA, it's a way by which students who are in our business and technical programs compete at the state level and also at the national level. And they come home with a lot of awards. Sometimes you find that there are 4-year schools that participate in these competitions, and our students are able to outcompete them. It demonstrates the quality of education that we are providing our students. And so this morning, would you join me in recognizing Kim Hawthorne, Cisco Networking Academy, Kevin Wells, Cisco Networking Academy, and Jeff Gardner, who is the DPED Program Coordinator, for the support they continue to provide our students in sending them to these competitions and for the success of our students. Thank you, Kim, Kevin, and Jeff. All right, thank you. The Ag and Horticulture program also prepares our students to compete at the state and national levels. And the last time they competed, I was surprised, but not too surprising, because we know the caliber of our students. They came top 10 at the national competition in which four-year schools also participated. So would all the Ag Horticulture faculty please stand and be recognized for the amazing job that you do with our students. Very good, thank you. This year, there was an international competition in Australia. The reason why we got to know about it was that we were asked to support the travel to Australia to one of our faculty to participate in the competition. Actually, he was going to go with one of our graduates to participate in the competition. It was called Think Big Caterpillar International Competition in Australia. And when we sent a team to Australia, the top 3 awards were won by ICC. So, where are the Caterpillar program, the Think Big Cat program? I don't see my friend Mark and the faculty. Teaching. I see, yes, please, would you be, don't hide, don't hide. Great, great. And I know that some of you work with PTK, and Jill has been leading that. Some of you work with a lot of campus organizations, and we want that to continue, because we know for sure that you're helping our students also to learn. Now I want to recognize faculty who received tenure last year. As you know, in the academic tradition, receiving tenure, it's so critical. It's a landmark of a faculty's success in terms of having a permanent position in the academy. When I received my tenure, I knew for sure that I was on to something bigger, because I didn't have to worry too much about my future so far as I did my job well. So let's recognize our colleagues for attaining tenure. Rafiq Al-Hashemi. Congratulations. Brian Asbury, communication. Brian, it's not here? Okay. Nikki Bakla, nutrition. Christopher Gauthier, photography. It's not here? Susanna Kulule, nursing. Blake Lehman, agriculture. Blake? Vijay Varadarajan, physics. For those who don't know Brian Asbury, he just arrived. All right, congratulations, Brian. Last but not least, Dustin Wise Fisher, graphic design, multimedia. Two faculty received sabbatical leave. Sabbatical leave allows the faculty the time and the space to pursue research or any topic of interest to them that contribute to teaching and learning excellence. Julie Clemens, music. Hello, Julie. Okay, I saw Julie. Where's Julie? Oh, Julie. We don't know. Please let people recognize you. All right. Very good. She's going to work on a project related to diversity and collecting data also for her research, and that will help us understand ourselves much better. So thank you for the project. David Thompson, history, also received a sabbatical leave. He's going to work on a book that really meets the needs of our students in terms of the teaching of history. One thing I recognize is that this place is so warm and welcoming that even when faculty go on sabbatical leave, they continue to stay with us, and they actually don't leave. So we appreciate their commitment in supporting the work at ICC. So you see them around, they are still doing their work. At this point, since Brian is in, we're going to present an award that should have been presented during the Employee Awards ceremony. This is a unique award. It's called the Endowed Chair Faculty Award. And I've asked Stephanie Holmes to join me. She's the executive director of the foundation, to present the award to our own Brian Asbury. Brian, come over.
I am thrilled to represent the Foundation's staff and board of directors in recognizing the outstanding achievements of our faculty. We have an Endowed Teaching Award, a name of Dr. Thomas K. Thomas, that has been generating awards for many years now. And this past year, we had an application that was considered by our committee, and we wanted to be sure to recognize Brian for his work and thought into the contextualized learning, which I know is big right now in communications for some of our CTE programs. So our foundation board is very proud to present this award to Brian. Please don't do what Brent Gokin did. We'll give you an award to wear at commencement. He took his award apart to try to wear his award one day to commencement. This is for your wall. So on behalf of the foundation, thank you so much for your commitment to our students. And will you share a little bit about your project with the group?
Absolutely. I can see why he tried to take it out. I love a good accessory. And I feel like I'd look really good in that. So my project is to look at how we can make COM 110 more engaging for our students, particularly our students in CTE programs who have eyes on very specific jobs. I'm going to be reaching out to many of you. The project is to develop 5 themed contextualized COM 110 classes. So we'll do a health careers class, we'll do a customer service focused COM 110 class, where we have the students think about the process and skills of communication with specific goals in mind. But I'm not experts in all of these things, which is why I'll be reaching out to you to know what do your students need to know how to do in terms of improving the communication attached to healthcare, improving the skills associated with customer service. I've taught courses like this before, although this will be the most strategic approach I've taken to it. I find that, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but students don't like doing what I'm doing right now. In fact, they hate it. But if you can find a way for a student to attach what you're talking about in a class to what they already see as important, they're more motivated and they are more engaged in the process of learning. So just know that there's going to be a lot of emails coming, and I will be knocking on lots of your doors for insights and help with this project, because I'm excited to make my students not hate my class anymore. So that's going to be good for everybody.
One more round of applause for the plan. I know we've heard about Higher Learning Commission. It's the name that scares a lot of people. But we have one of us who has been working with them for a very long time. And HLC covers big space in higher ed. They cover 19 states. Think about all the volunteers who support the work of HLC. Every year, they give out an award for those who have contributed the most to the work of HLC. And so this morning, it's my pleasure and honor to make you aware that our own Jill Wright, who is the Assistant Vice President, Assessment, Accreditation, and Services, received one of these few awards. It's called Higher Learning Commission Mighty Warrior Award. Let's give it up. Thank you, Jill. Thank you for all the work that you do. I know that when we were preparing documents for HLC, Jill led the EQUIP team, and all of us contributed to make this possible. Whenever we reached a certain point, Jill would say, yeah, I know what's coming next. I know what's coming next. Isn't it nice to have someone lead the way, who knows the way, and also knows the destination? Let's give it up again for Jill. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm on to something that I really wanted you all to see, but I don't think this one will work for me. And I want to just share with you some of the amazing work that we did last year. And so I want to say thank you for all the contributions. There's so much change going on, but I know it's not. Yeah, go ahead. Get to the achievements. Go to the accomplishments. It doesn't need this. Very good. So just take a look at what we're able to accomplish. These are samples. I know some of you did some things that may not be here. We completed a 3-year assessment plan, and this time I want to recognize the assessment fellows for the amazing work that they did with the academic departments. If you served as an assessment fellow, please, would you stand? Where are the fellows? Right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the work that you did and the work that you continue to do. We also completed a global learning plan. For all of us who participated in discussions in putting the plan together, I know it was led by Julie Clemens, but I know the other faculty also contributed, and there were some administrators who participated. Would you please stand and be recognized for the amazing work that you did with the global learning plan? So that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For those who have not seen it, we're going to share all these plans with you. And this year, our main focus is going to be on how to actualize the plan. And so we're going to put some meat around the plan and to move it forward. Another group also came up with online learning standards. And we'll continue conversations around these standards in order to ensure that we provide students top quality online experiences in order for them to be successful. So, for those who served on that committee, please, would you stand and be recognized for the work that you did? Online learning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. We also completed the program vitality review, and I can tell you that we are busy as an institution in making changes in our curriculum to be viable and to be of a standard that we know for sure that is providing the knowledge and the skills and the abilities that our students need. I can share with you that through the work of the curriculum committee, we made almost 500 changes to the curriculum. So I want to applaud the curriculum committee as well as recognize the program vitality review committee. So would all members of the ICC Curriculum Committee and the Program Vitality Review Committee please stand and be recognized for the amazing work that you do on a monthly basis in transforming our curriculum. Please stand and be recognized for your work. Thank you. Thank you. All of you, please. Okay, very good. We are working on our ICCB program review. It's completed, but we submit this at the end of the month. But this is a great work in which every 5 years we let ICCB know the progress that we made in our respective academic disciplines and programs. Some are selected every 5 years, and so it's a 5-year cycle. And very soon we'll be announcing the programs and disciplines that will be up for next year's ICCB program review. We did improve academic technology, and one of the complaints that I had, and I haven't tested it yet, was the fact that when you turn on our computer, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So if you have a 15-minute class, you use 15, 20 minutes to turn on the computer, and then I don't know how many minutes you have left. So there has been a change. So I want to check with you from the Dean of Business, Legal, and Information Systems, since they are the ones who are specialists when it comes to technology. So Michelle, have you tested it? Not yet? Not yet? Okay. So faculty, I'm assured that when you go to the classroom, you're not going to face some of the challenges. And the good news is that we have Wi-Fi, I'm told, in all classrooms. I haven't gone to all the classrooms, but I'm giving them the benefit of doubt, which is amazing. For those who are interested in OER, let's give them, that's amazing. That's amazing, okay? For those who are using OER, this is going to be helpful so that students can turn on their computer and get access to websites wherever you want them to go, and then you'll be ready to do the teaching and learning with the students. The new Faculty Institute has been established and is running. Last year, it was launched by Julie Clemens, the first ever, and she did an amazing job laying the foundation. And so, Julie, we thank you for providing space for our new faculty to learn about the tricks of the trade and to be successful, even in their first year, on their way to becoming master teachers. This year, we have Terry Punky as the new faculty director. So, Terry, where's Terry? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the Institute has already started. We had an amazing time with the new faculty on Monday. On Monday, very good. Some of our programs also went through external accreditation. I can say that all of them were successful, Success means that they did not close down the program and that they still have some work to do. But some just, went through with flying colors and didn't even have any recommendations to make any changes. But above all, we are really happy that all these programs are accredited, credentialed, and that we can say with confidence that we offer students programs that have been accredited by external agencies. Faculty professional development. We made available $40,000 for faculty to travel. On Monday, I'm going to send you a report on how the funds were used. Every nickel. Who got the money? Where did they go? We're going to report out so that we have a transparent process for everyone to know that there are funds available. At the end of the day, not all the funds were used, even though we continue to approve all the way till the end of the fiscal year, and then we extended that and approved faculty travel. The TLC also offered professional development opportunities, and I'm going to talk about the attempt that are being made to create a common space for faculty, what we'll be calling faculty commons, in which we'll provide professional development. And I will talk more about that. It's not ready, and when it's ready, we'll have an open house, and all faculty will come, and then we show them their new space. We want to make sure that you are getting the opportunities to develop, to grow, and to renew your skills and your knowledge when it comes to teaching and learning. So I fully support that. We also expanded evening college, and right now we have about 26 programs that students can participate in and receive their credentials by attending classes only in the evening. And I really appreciate the departments that stepped up and made sure that they could put together a program. And in this regard, I really want to thank the Curriculum and Scheduling Office, who have now crafted a full schedule for students who are in the evening program, so that when a student sets forth on our campus and is going to pursue an evening program, we can give them a 1-year or a 2-year schedule. And we want to make sure that we schedule these classes for the students. The Career Pathways Project also expanded, and I know that Dr. Margaret Swanson, who is leading this effort, would also be working with the deans and working with faculty in ensuring that the high school college nexus is strengthened in order to ensure that students know for sure when they are in high school what academic programs that they should pursue when they leave high school, but they should start in high school. We recruited full-time and adjunct faculty, and we continue to do that whenever there is a need. I've already mentioned that students excelled in academic competitions, and we know for sure that we have quality education that we are providing these students when they go out to compete. Some of us are not aware, but one of the ways by which we can determine whether enrollment is increasing, improving, going up, is to look at the average number of credits students attempt. Not complete, but attempt. It used to be around 8 credits per semester, the average number of credits that our students were taking. And so most of our students are attending part-time. Unfortunately, most of our services are designed for those who are attending full-time and during the day. So we've got some work to do in moving things around to ensure that we serve the needs of our students. but I can say for sure that the average number of credit students attempted last year increased from 8 to about 9.5. So that shows us that our students are making space in their time, in their world, to take more credits. We also signed 2+2 seamless transfer agreements with some of our four-year institutions. One with Bradley University, I believe that some of you were at the ceremony, with Methodist College, and last week we were at Eureka College. What is unique about Eureka College is that there are 2 scholarships that are available for students who are in our district. The first one is the Peoria Promise. So students who are in our region who are doing fantastic job and complete high school are eligible to compete for the Peoria Promise scholarships. And then when they come to us, they can transfer to Eureka College, where there is the uniquely Eureka Promise, whereby those students could also get scholarship from Eureka and complete their degree. So they could complete a 4-year degree tuition free. And so I am really excited about this agreement with Eureka. Our faculty also conducted expos to highlight career programs and use that to recruit more students. We also implemented externship opportunities where faculty worked on-site with local employers. Brian, I learned that you participated in one of the externships. Is that true? You did? Okay. How was the experience? So as a result of the externship, Brian and his department will be getting a brand new equipment. For those who are interested in externships, next year we're going to provide opportunities. We had more opportunities for the funds that were available, but I think we had fewer faculty who participated. So please take advantage of that and then go to an industry or business, work with them, learn and improve your skills, strengthen partnerships with them, and who knows what other opportunities may open up for your program. We also expanded access to bridge programs to 3 additional high schools. The bridge programs are designed to enable these students to be able to satisfy some of the requirements that we have before they complete high school. And so I know that there are some strategic teams that are working on the bridge programs, but we're able to extend this to additional high schools. There was a committee that was set up to explore OER, online educational resources for teaching and learning opportunities. That committee is making progress. At this point, for those who participated in the discussions, would you stand and be recognized for the work that you did during the summer? Oh, they are sitting together. See? All right. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your work. There is more to come on OER. Let me find out, how many of you are interested in using OER for teaching and learning? All right, all right. Okay, all right. The committee is doing a great job, and we've already talked about compensation for faculty who participate in crafting all the materials that are needed for OER. And we want to make sure that you also have the opportunity to learn how to do that if you are interested in doing that. So I just want to thank you for all the work that we did last year. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for the great work. Lots of that. So let's look to the year ahead. There's so much that we're going to do. The deans cannot do it by themselves. I cannot do it by myself. I think we need to work as an army of one to accomplish these goals. We want to make sure we deliver quality academic programs. We continue to do that. And the surest way to do that is to recruit, is to train highly qualified, highly credentialed, and highly experienced faculty. And we have that. We have more than 500 strong faculty at this institution to carry out this work. And so no one is questioning the quality of the programs, but we want to make sure that we deliver quality academic programs. We want to make sure that the programs and the offerings we have meet community and business and industry needs. For those who are in the CTE programs, this is critical because we want to make sure that by the time the students leave us, they have the knowledge and the skills, the abilities and habits of mind that our community and our business and industry will recruit and ensure that they have family-sustaining wage. We also want to promote innovative instructional approaches that help all students to succeed. And I've been talking to different groups about the fact that the only way by which our students will be successful is to meet them where they are at. And that's why we have a diversity of students, different abilities who sit in front of us. And so we should keep on looking for innovative approaches to teaching that all students will be successful. It doesn't mean all students will get an A in your class, but every student who takes the class will be successful. And one of the questions that I didn't like when I was faculty was a student coming to me and asking me the question, "Professor, what do I need to do to get a C in your class?" How many of you have received that question before? All right? Oh. We want them to do better. We also want to make sure that instructional technology is up to date in order to engage students in learning 24/7. I know that is scary, engaging students 24/7. Sometimes even the 8 hours in the day is tough. How much more 24/7? But our students, because of the availability of technology, are ready for us in terms of learning 24/7. Are we ready? I think that is the question. And so we will support faculty with instructional technology to do their work. The next item is something that we attempted last year. We tried, and I believe that it is what contributed to the increase in the number of credits that our students are taking. That is, how do we create a flexible schedule and delivery formats that meet the diverse needs of our students? Full-time versus part-time, traditional versus adult learners. And so we have a challenge in front of us, and there is a committee that has been set up to look into that. It's called the Integrated Student Success Scheduling Team. Would members of that committee please stand up and be recognized for the work you did last year and the work that you continue to do? Those who are members of the Integrated Student Success Scheduling Team. All right, Joe. All of those, Joe. All right. This work is critical, so we're going to continue next year. We are also interested in integrating high-impact practices in the learning environment. High-impact practices. Practices that would engage our students in learning. Examples: service learning, community service, civic engagement, on all the ways in which we can help students to apply what we are teaching them in the classroom. And so we're going to focus on that. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to create additional career pathways to strengthen high school to college connection. We are going to investigate and design employee professional development programs, and this one is critical. And so we'll do a survey to find out what you really need in terms of professional development, so that come next year, we'll be ready with as many opportunities as possible for all faculty to take advantage of, both full-time and also part-time. We want to design and implement programs to internationalize the curriculum and campus. And for the committee, we're going to ensure that you have the resources to be able to implement the ideas that you have in the plan. The next one is challenging, but we are up to the task. How do you develop a strategic enrollment management plan to make sure that we'll be able to reach the far corners of the region and those who are close by to take advantage of the opportunities that we have at ICC? In other words, how do we grow our enrollment at ICC? We're going to investigate and design a plan to create consistent quality across the college's teaching and learning environments. We're talking about consistency. So in areas where there are some challenges in terms of student performance, we'll be able to support faculty. And then one of the biggest is the HLC Equip Pathway and ICCB recognition visits. This year we have 2 visits, one by HLC and then one by ICCB. And what they're going to look at is to look at the quality of our programs and the consistency with which we follow our own policies. When they come to town, that's what they're looking at. Are you complying with your own policies as well as the guidelines provided by these 2 agencies, HLC and ICCB? Next is assessment of student learning. And the assessment committee that came up with a 3-year plan did an amazing job. Do we have the assessment committee members here? Where are you? Assessment and General Education Committee, because we did much of the work together. Janet and Assessment Committee, please stand and be recognized for the work that you did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll also investigate and design alternative delivery approaches for course content. Sometimes we call that OER, and I've already mentioned that. We'll also advance the use of multiple measures for academic placement in math and English, and the work that the strategic teams are doing. I applaud all of you for the work that you are doing in your strategic teams. But this one, I believe that is going to change the lives of students and how we do business at ICC. Multiple measures for academic placement in math and English. The last but not the least, we want to make sure that we review the college governance structure. And this one is going to be led by Dr. Kwekbeli, and I'm going to provide support, and there's going to be a committee that is going to look into that so that we structure our shared governance committees in a way that will serve our needs best. So some of us are going to be called upon to participate in these discussions. I'm going to end with our emphasis on professional development and to show everyone the opportunities that we have coming up. Each one of us should be able to find something here interesting for them to participate in. If there is anything that is not on this list and you want to recommend for us to explore and to look into, you are more than welcome to do so. So we'll continue with Blackboard training, our new faculty institute, the new faculty mentoring program, the Teaching Academy, which is offered online, and the schedules are already out if you want to participate in those. We have online teaching workshops, and with the recommendations that have come forth in terms of the standards, we'll continue the conversations, but we'll provide workshops for faculty who are teaching online or are interested in teaching online. On-course training. I know this has been going on for some time. We are still providing the on-course training, so if you're interested, please, there will be opportunities for you. And then we will also focus on high-impact practices, as I mentioned, and we will need some of you to lead some of these sessions. And so if you're interested in leading any of these sessions, please see Jill, right, or myself, and we'll be happy to sign you on to share your experiences with your colleagues. Communities of practice. This might be a new idea for some of us, but I know you're already engaged in that, where a group of faculty who are interested in a particular topic will meet and have continuous conversations. And we want to create space for you to be able to do that. The Dean's Academy. The deans also go to school. Our last topic that we discussed was on project planning and management. And Dr. Laura Friesenberg did a fantastic job coaching us and teaching us how to plan and manage projects. And then we have the faculty travel funds. The 40,000 will still be available, and I'm still looking for more. It's yours for the taking. So if you know about opportunities in terms of professional training and development, please take advantage of the faculty travel funds. The last one may be new to most of us, but it's a powerful tool. We are exploring that and to make that available. It's called 20-Minute Mentor. It's an online publication that gives us nuggets of wisdom on teaching and learning. And I know that for those who are in health careers, this is something that is very important. And so we are trying to respond to the needs of faculty and recommendations that have come to us. And so we're going to make available the 20-Minute Mentor to serve the needs of faculty. As I mentioned, we are working on a space that we're going to call Faculty Commons. It's in progress, and I know that Dr. Wright is working on that, and at the appropriate time, we'll make an announcement when everything is complete. Before I conclude, I want to make sure that I say something about some new legislations that will be coming our way, and as an institution, we are asked to implement them. Someone asked me a question about the Dual Credit Quality Act. And some of us are not even aware of the MTI law. And so I'll quickly mention that, and I'll bring my presentation to a close. The Dual Credit Quality Act was signed into law by the previous governor. What the new governor is doing is to implement that. And what the Dual Credit Quality Act did was to remove the cap on the number of dual credit courses high school students could take. In the past, there was a cap, maybe 1 or 2 dual credit courses. At the moment, the law says high school students who are eligible to take dual credit could take as many of them as possible if they can handle them. It also introduces endorsements for high school faculty to teach dual credit courses. And the question that came to me was about the endorsements. The endorsements do not compromise on HLC standards. what they've done is that they've gone ahead of us and have identified specific courses within a discipline so that a faculty will be credentialed to teach a package of courses within the discipline. So still, if you are teaching a transfer course, you must have a master's degree in the discipline or a master's degree in another discipline plus 18 graduate credits. There's no compromise on that. I think the one that will present a challenge for us, and we are still talking to the high schools, will be the faculty professional development plan. In other words, because we expect the high school students to take as many dual credits as possible, they want to make sure that they have the instructors in the high schools to teach the dual credit courses. And so the law allows a faculty who has already completed 9 graduate credits in a discipline to teach a dual credit course with an approved professional development plan by ICC to complete the remaining 9 graduate credits. I know on our main campus, we do not allow anyone who doesn't have a master's degree in a transfer discipline to teach that course. And so these are some of the workarounds that we have to engage in with the high schools. That's the law. The MTI law requires the college district to review and grant college credit for courses and programs completed at Midwest Technical Institute, MTI. Now, the good news is that our faculty will be the one who would review their curriculum, their syllabi, and determine how many credits, the courses that the students have completed and the programs that they've completed from MTI. So, we have control over this process. And I'm going to be working with faculty to review the MTI curriculum and to ensure that the quality of the curriculum will match up to the standards that we have, and it will be up to us to grant these students credit, especially when they are transferring to programs that we have at ICC. So I wanted everyone to be assured of the fact that the Dual Credit Quality Act is to create more opportunities for students. Where there are some challenges, we are still working with the high schools to make sure that we can make arrangements to do it and to do it well. The MTI law, as I mentioned, our faculty will be in the driver's seat in terms of the number of credits MTI graduates and students will receive when they transfer to ICC. With that, I want to welcome you back, to thank you for the work that you do, and I look forward to be working with all of you for the coming year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now we're going to have brief updates from the Big Four Joint Advisory Committees with representatives of the Assessment Committee, Academic Standards, Curriculum, and General Education Committees. Please come forward and briefly share with us what's going on and what's coming up. Please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Brian Clark, and I'm here to give you a brief update on what the Assessment Committee has been doing and what we're doing moving forward. So in fall 2018, we had 435 assessment reports completed. 190 of those were ILO assessment, and the rest were CTE assessment reports. So thank you to all of you for completing those assessment reports. Moving forward from there, CTE programs are working on their maps, and transfer disciplines are working on completing their maps as well. And those are going to be working to be due the beginning of this semester on September 30th. This fall, we are going to be implementing SPOL to view the assessment results, so all of you will be able to see what is going on with assessment, what we're doing, and what we are already achieving. And we are going to be working on the CTE and transfer discipline goals. New this year, we're going to be working on the CAPS collaborative assessment projects for CTE and the transfer discipline. So we'll be diving into that newly, and you'll be able to see what that is going to be coming to you. We're also looking at rolling out co-curricular assessment as well. We are going to be, for this school year, 2019 to 20, we are doing an assessment academy. The assessment fellows will reintroduce the CAPS to all of you so you know how to fill them out. We will continue to offer the assistance with curriculum mapping on both CTE and transfer disciplines. And the ILO, faculty who teach ILOs in their Gen Ed courses will be analyzing the results from their reports that they submitted last year. I do want to introduce quickly the assessment fellows for this year. So if you're here and I call out your name, please stand. For ABS, it's Brian Asbury in the back. AIT, Brian Weaver. For Bliss, it's Adam Sandkamp. For Health Careers, it's Julie Feeney and April Tatum. New this year, Humanities, is Sue Sanders. For MSE, it's Ganesh. And Ganesh, I'm not going to embarrass you or me by saying your last name. And new this year, I myself am going to be the co-curricular assessment fellow. So the assessment fellows will be joining you at the department meetings to explain more about this. Like I said, this is very brief. And then we will be having a breakout session at 3:30 today in 212 CD if you want to hear more. So thank you for all of your support, and we hope that we continue to support you in whatever you need. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Wendy Guth. I chair the Academic Standards Committee with Kim Vietti. And to summarize some of our activities over the past academic year, Academic Standards Committee has continued with the process of adopting the multiple measures for validating college readiness and placement into transfer courses and minimize barriers for student success. This past year, the committee also streamlined enrollment for reverse transfer students by eliminating unnecessary placement testing when students have already been successful in transfer level courses. Credit hour limits for high school students were modified to by the Dual Credit Quality Act that Dr. Wood just spoke of, so high school students can take as many college courses or college credits as they can or as they desire. Also, a 7-hour credit limit for students under 16 years of age has been approved by Academic Standards as well. Additionally, this year, we established placement scores for the new Next Gen AccuPlacer and the Right Placer to determine English college readiness. And there is a document available from the testing center that has all of those placement score values available for you, because there's a lot of measures that we're working towards. One example is the project that is led by Joe Bergman and Pete Pondel with the College Career Readiness Team with a placement into Math 110 and Math 111. That pilot project has led to positive results and looking at the high school GPA. Academic Standards approved automatic conferral of degrees and certificates for students who may not have applied for graduation but who have been successful in completing their program requirements. Also, we approved that the students who participate in the commencement ceremony are recognized for their achievement by wearing the different honor cords. This year, we are going to look at the English placement with a pilot project and looking at the high school GPA and placement into English courses. Also, looking at revising the student grievance procedures and the grade appeal process, and we hope to also look at formalizing course wait lists. So those are projects that we see coming in the next academic year. If you have any questions or any issues that you would like to be brought forward to academic standards, see myself or Kim Vietti. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm James Decker for the General Education Committee. We do have faculty slots available in every department except for humanities, so this is a pitch. Also wanted to remind you about the Dual Credit Quality Act that Dr. Awuah mentioned. If you're full-time faculty, you should have received an email asking for input, which would be due tomorrow at the close of business. So if you have any concerns about that, please inundate Dr. Awuah with questions, and he will take those under consideration. So last year, our primary mission was to support the assessment committee with the ILO assessment. We're going to continue to support them with the program and discipline assessments this year. Moving forward, we're looking into some possibilities, for example, transcripting ILOs. So when someone receives a certificate or a degree from ICC, that it would also potentially offer some of these ILO classes, which ILO classes they had. So to further give employers some information about what their students can do or what their potential employees can do. We're also going to be assisting the assessment committee with promoting ILOs for co-curriculars. So Dr. Wu was talking about, for example, the livestock judging. So getting some ILO data from teams such as that or various other co-curriculars. And then we also plan to review the non-IIGECC Gen Ed courses, which essentially means our in-house Gen Ed courses. We're supposed to review those every 3 to 5 years, and we're about on the 3-year cycle. So we want to take a look at those and sort of reaffirm that these are doing what they should be doing. And then finally, Brandy Thatcher and Jill Wright have been working on trying to integrate ILOs with Blackboard and get SPOL and Blackboard to talk to each other so that you don't have to input all those student numbers, which would be really great. So that's where we are at Gen Ed.
Oh, is that applause for the Inquisition Committee? Greetings from the Curriculum Committee this semester. If you don't know what the Curriculum Committee does, we are charged with oversight, review, and recommendations of all the courses and programs that you would find in the ICC catalog. We make our recommendations to Dr. Awuah, the VPAA. Some of you have been there before and know our process. We look forward to meeting you this semester. Couple things. One, Curriculum Committee members, our meeting is at 10:30 tomorrow, not 8:30, as stated in the brochure. Off as a typo. We're meeting at 10:30 to 11:30. Be our shortest meeting, hopefully, of the year. Yeah. All right. Another thing, AIT. I've already spoken with Steve, and we do not have a current AIT rep. So AIT, be thinking about that at your department meeting today. To recommend somebody from AIT to serve on curriculum. If not, then the process for curriculum that we adopted last year was that the Senate would then appoint someone to fill that empty, vacant faculty slot for a 1-year appointment. So that's our process there. Now, another thing, I announced this yesterday at our faculty meeting. I want to announce it again. I want to get the word out. A new policy we adopted at the end of the semester last year was on how we're handling when you submit both courses and your programs. In the past, many have submitted courses and programs at the same time, and we found a lot of problems with that procedure. and we've had to table action on programs and because of issues we found with the various courses that were presented. So, the policy adopted. When you present your programs, oops, sorry about that. When you present your programs, they will have to be at a meeting subsequent to the submission and approval of your courses. That's a new policy. We just ran into too many problems to deal with, so that is our new policy. We're getting the word out on that. Now, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, and I know nobody would show, but we all know about our accreditation reviews that are coming up. And we know about that we adopted our new ILO-CLO format. For those who don't know that lingo, ILO stands for Institutional Learning Outcomes. CLO stands for Course Level Outcomes. Now, if you've been teaching a gen ed course, you've already done that process of transferring from the old goals format to the current outcomes format. But I don't know, and I'm not taking a look. If you have not done that process, we ask that you review your syllabi and update them to the new course level, institutional level outcomes by the end of the semester. For that process, if that's all you're doing, it's very streamlined. It goes through subcommittees. You do not have to come and present to the full curriculum committee. That's it that I have to say. Thank you.
I would say good morning, and I want to welcome you to our classroom. I'm Heather Doughty. This is Tony Weisinger. Most of you know that Sue Sinclair has retired. Sue was here for 28 years, so she was our athletic director. So in the interim, Tony and I are Sue. We are the new Sue. So I don't know how we feel about that, but I just want to thank Dr. Uwa for allowing us the opportunity to give you a brief update of athletics. I know the dreaded progress report is what you may equate with us and everything, but within all of our athletics last year, we had a cumulative GPA of a 3.1 within our athletics, so that's all in a tribute to you, so thank you. So with that dreaded progress report, that email that you received, and we've tried to tweak it and make it a more efficient process. We've done lots of work this summer. Dan Kelly, I gotta give you a shout out. Thank you for all that you do for us within that process. So we have completely changed the method that we are going to do. Instead of you getting an email from Dan Kelly or whomever, we are going to put the responsibility back on the student. They will be bringing you a piece of paper asking about grade information, attendance, that type of stuff. The hope with that was that it will engage them in conversation with you during office hours is when we are telling them to come to you, not before class, after class, that type of stuff. So we're putting it back on them instead of it your responsibility to, with email, we all know how crazy busy all of our lives are. So we're hoping that within this process, we've also lowered the number. It's all of our incoming athletes and any of our returning athletes that are at risk. So the number is going to be decreased. We also add in there the ag judging students. They are going to be part of this process as well, because they were part of the progress reports before. They have also adapted this new method, bring it back to the students, and it be their responsibility to gather this information, bring it back to us, and then we will point them in the directions of success coaches, tutoring, talking with you as a professor more, and everything. So we're hoping this is a good process. We try to tweak it and make it better for everybody, so we get the information we want and all of that kind of stuff. So if you have feedback, please let us know. And also, Tony is going to be your liaison. So if you have any problem with any athlete, yes. So Tony is going to be our liaison. He's going to be that point person for if you have any problems. And I will say, if you do not hesitate to tell us. We have a very captive audience. This is our classroom, remember. And we can do lots and lots of things here.
With that being said, again, as Heather mentioned, if you do have any problems with any of our student athletes, she said to contact me. Contact me. We have tried to streamline the process. Again, I know you said something about Dan again. I need to give him another round of applause because he helped with the entire process last year. And when we talked to him this year about streamlining the process, he gave us some hints, some things that we need to do. We're going to have that form come out in the second week. We're also going to have the form come out in the 5th, the 9th, and the 12th week. So we'll have that the 9th week because that'll be after midterms, hopefully. And again, the process, instead of having all students go through it, we're looking at the students that we select in the sense of all freshmen and the sophomores and or transfers that we believe need to be part of that process. So you guys have helped out tremendously, and we want you to continue to help us out. And if you do have that 1 or 2 students that you have problems with, I can take care of 2. So it's honestly, for me today, being, like you said, in our classroom, today was my son's first day of high school. I'm nervous as hell. So with that being said, I'm ready to handle whatever you guys have us to take care of. Thank you very much.
Thank you, committees, for your fantastic work. Well, welcome. I'm thrilled to see a packed house today, and I'm even more thrilled to talk to you about Higher Learning Commission. I actually like Higher Learning Commission. They are my friends. I have a long-standing relationship with them. What I want to work on this morning is I want to recognize the AQUIP committee who has been instrumental to this campus in the last year and will be instrumental this year. So they're standing along the side there, and we've also got some members in the audience. So if you are on the AQUIP committee, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause. Joe Bergman. Joe Bergman doesn't like to admit that he's on the AQUIP committee, but he's getting more comfortable. I'm going to speak very briefly today about the 2 documents that you have in front of you, and then I'm going to ask the AQUIP committee that's in the room, as well as the academic deans that are in the room, to assist, as the academic deans have already been through something very similar during the Dean's Academy. You should have 2 things in front of you. If you do not have these 2 things that I hold up, please raise your hand so Julie Clemens or a member of the AQUIP committee can get you the documents. You should have a card. Thank you to ICC's marketing for doing this. Everybody have a card? And you should also have a color-coded sheet, a 2-sided agenda. Let me quickly talk about what these are. The card has, when ICC comes to town, they're looking for many things. One of the primary roles when they come to town is to ensure that we have evidence for the 5 criterion for accreditation. Guess what, folks? There's 94 points under that. This is the abridged version. The unabridged version is on HLC's website. So that's 5 criterion. On the back is more information about HLC. HLC's website is on there. You can learn all about HLC and what they do. You also have in front of you a sample agenda that's 2-sided. You say, Jill, what is this? This is the information that they give out to schools as they prepare for their Higher Learning Commission visit. These are sample agendas. We will not know what our agenda looks like until January. Let me repeat that. We will not know what our agenda looks like until January. Let me tell you why. We have submitted to them an AQUIP systems portfolio. We have yet to submit a federal compliance report. We have yet to receive feedback from our AQUIP systems portfolio. What is in the portfolio? One of the large things that's in the portfolio, and again, assessment and gen ed and curriculum were instrumental in this. They have seen what was submitted. We talked about our general education programming process and the evidence we have. We talked about our curriculum committee and how faculty own curriculum. We talked about assessment, where we've been, where we're headed. HLC provides feedback to us in late October of how we did. It was submitted January 1st at 11:22 a.m. I know exactly when the button was hit. After they give us feedback, we have to respond to them within 30 days. And we have to say, this is what you said about us. Here's what we intend to do before you see us in February. Then, after they accept that, they'll say, that's fine, do that, do that, do that, and by the way, tell us what else you're going to do that we don't know about yet. That report does not get it submitted to them until November. So we have 2 more reports that go to them. They give us a report, and then in January, they tell us what are your areas of improvement that we want to talk about. Remember, folks, this is about quality. This is about quality. So take a look at the agenda. Let's just go to pick side A. Pick side A so I can tell you how this works. Side A, do you notice the green boxes? The green boxes say criterion 1 and 2, etc. When they come, they will hold open forums for all stakeholders. That includes facilities, faculty, student services. That includes, they want to talk to our full-time employees, our part-time employees, our employees in accounting, our employees in technology. These are big open forums. They're all going to be held in 212 CD. And they're absolutely voluntary. We can't plant people. They're voluntary. But they'll have these sessions and they will ask very general questions. And so what I worked on for you is the front side of this handout is the 5 criterion as well as 2 sample questions that may be asked. They may not be asked. We will have 6 people. They will decide what questions they ask us based on the information that we have submitted to them. I'm projecting that the questions might be similar to this. I may be wrong. So this morning what we're going to do is we're going to talk about if you decide to participate in one of those open forms, the green box, which is based by criteria, on side B, the green boxes are just a different way of looking at the criteria. But if you decide to go to one of those open forms, of which management won't be there, cabinet is not invited, so Dr. Awu and I won't be there. The academic deans are not invited. Management staff is not invited. And so if you decided to go, we wanted to help you think about how you might participate. And that's all we're going to do this morning. We're not taking notes. We'll have a quick report out. So I'm going to ask the AQIP committee to find a table to set with. I've asked them to go to a table that may not have a member of the AQIP committee and may not have an academic dean. So I'm going to ask you to work just for about 15 minutes to get you started, and then we're just going to do 10 minutes of, hey, here's something I thought of. Because the people sitting in this room and across the institution, you are the evidence. All right, thank you. Thank you guys for your discussion. I apologize for my loudness. I did not know I was so loud. Is this better? Is this better? No, now you could overhear me. Now you can't hear me. I can't. Is that good? Okay. I do want to wrap up by 11 o'clock because we have the picnic at 11:30. Just, do I have a couple of people who would like to offer up an example of anything they talked about? We don't do any formal reporting, simply voluntary. Anyone? 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 No one? No one? Okay, yeah, David, go ahead.
We had some focused conversation around ensuring, within criteria 3, how does ICC ensure high-quality academic programming? And so we kind of talked structurally, right, about some overarching approaches to utilizing advisory committees, as well as more discipline-specific approaches to understanding and fine-tuning articulation agreements, and talk about how those are supported structurally, for example.
So we spent most of our time talking about Criterion 3, how ICC ensures high-quality academic programming, and it was just sort of an orientation to the kinds of questions that examiners, peer reviewers are going to be interested in hearing about. So talking more in depth about the use of advisory committees, the use of articulation agreements within the disciplines, peer review structures within the disciplines as well, and then how governance committees have a role in ensuring that that process is integrous and maintained and communicated widely so that faculty at all levels of the institution within all departments have a clear idea of how that is structured. So it was just, again, kind of an orientation to what are the nature of the questions that you might participate in some of these open forums.
All right, so the other thing that he's like whitewashing it, but basically, so we talked about how it sucks and nobody wants to do this stuff, right? But we also talked about how when you're on curriculum committee, when you've done contract negotiations, when you've done II submissions, implicit in that is somewhat of an obligation then to join those discussions, to bring the breadth of the answers to the group and really have an understanding of what's going on. Because quite frankly, a lot of the faculty don't know what's going on, right? Or, because they're not on all these committees. So when you start bouncing ideas off each other from the different areas of the college, then you really get some pretty solid answers. So in other words, even if you don't want to go to these discussions, if you can contribute, go to these discussions, because some of us were around for the once every 10-year review, which was horrible, right? So this isn't really that bad.
Well, thank you, Pat, for your ringing endorsement. No, thank you. We're going to do one more quick report out, and then I'll give you a quick 2-minute brief on what's yet to come.
Quick. We talked about with CTE programs, accreditation, your accreditation standards is what's going to set your benchmark for how you know you're doing quality education, the assessment process, program vitality. So we have a lot of things already in place that are working, and we just need to tap into that information. We talked about advisory committees, going out into the community, having community reports back as to how our students are doing. So service projects are in, so that shows how we're taking the community of our college into, we believe in the community, so we're also doing the workforce education. So that's what we talked about.
No, you're fine. Thank you. We are doing a lot of wonderful work at Illinois Central College. And when HLC comes, they want to hear authentically from our stakeholders that are outside of the management group and the administration. They want to hear authentically, how are we deploying student learning? How are we deploying student success? And why do we want to be at ICC? Why do we continue to do this? This is what we call a boots on the ground visit. They need to make sure that we have students and that we have staff and faculty that interact with students. It's one of their primary roles. We're a very good institution, so what's yet to come? Throughout the fall semester, you've seen many of the members of the AQUIP committee here today. Throughout the fall semester, we will be deploying listening sessions for the ICC community. They'll be open to all stakeholders. And so we'll be talking about this criterion and how we contribute to the criterion. And then we'll also be talking about federal compliance and how we meet federal compliance. Because as you can see, that's what's going to happen when they come. So it's just getting everyone comfortable with the sessions that are yet to come. I'm going to turn the microphone back over to Dr. Awuah. Thank you guys so much, and he will wrap it up.
Thank you. So with a minute left, I want to say, have an amazing semester and a wonderful year. Thank you for coming. Have a great day.